Welcome back, trainers. Yes, I'm doing a face cam. So I'm going to talk about something that happened today. So we have regionals, right? If you're somebody who is involved with the PvP community and the Silph Arena, you know that the regionals are this month, and well, that was today for me. So let's get into this juicy, exciting tournament that I actually don't have any footage of because, well, the game is broken. And Niantic didn't put out any sort of PSA regarding what is happening, which I am now aware of after the fact of the matter. So we just had an update for Pokemon that were not being, they didn't have the correct Stardust amount. It was costing the same amount to power them up if they were lucky, right? So can't they ever just get it right? All right. And so apparently they fixed that. They made an update, and now it's broken for PvP. So what is going to happen, which we're going to take a look at here. I don't know if I'm going to have it on the side or later in a second, but what's going on is anytime I used a charge move and the opponent's shield, then it would freeze. It would just flat out freeze. It didn't happen every time they used the shield. It was once in a while. And so I tried to do so many different things. I ran to my car, got my other phone, my old Samsung Galaxy S7 Edge. I'm using a Samsung Galaxy S10, right? And it just kept freezing. And it seems like this version is just completely broken. So I just have to give a shout out to Elliegantly as well as Dronpes from over on the Silph Road. He runs it, right? They were working together to try to figure this out, which they did, and I am so appreciative of that. And every single person at the tournament, I'm just going to say thank you for waiting for me and being patient. I don't like that situation at all, but I understand this is regionals and you guys were trying to just look out for me. So thank you to everybody there who was patient and waited, and we were there for probably, I would say 45 minutes longer, maybe even an hour longer than we needed to be. Maybe not that long, but somewhere between that time. But nonetheless, yeah, so I wasn't able to compete. And it came down to finally, she contacted him, and I was able to get, which in fact, my first round I should have won, but it's okay. What happened was she was able to get me a loss and then a bye, and then I was going to be able to battle, which was perfectly fine. I just wanted to compete, right? So everything's figured out, and the reason why she continued on to do this for me is because after doing all these different tests ran back to my car to get this phone like an idiot. Everybody's sitting there waiting for me, and I'm like, okay, it froze on this phone again. And then we went outside and talked for a minute, and I was like, all right, let's try another battle, random battle. I used a charge, they shielded, and it was fine. So I was like, oh snap, it's working. Oh, let's go. So they try to figure it out again, and I get matched up with Elliegantly. She competed as well, and it froze. So that's that. So no regional video footage this time, folks. And how do I feel about this? I'm not happy, obviously, but I stuck around and I wasn't acting like disappointed or anything. As a matter of fact, I was engaging with people and just having a good time because this is regionals. And what are we gonna do? The game is broken. All right, they did everything in their power to help and make it work, which I'm so grateful for, and it just made it so much more enjoyable for me to just be there. And I just wanted to see who won. But yeah, so I guess we could talk about my team and who won. You don't even know. This is insane. The team he had, whoo! And it's and if you may have noticed, I haven't been uploading regional videos because I didn't want to reveal any of my strategies or what I'm doing or anything like that. There's plenty of people out there making video content like that, so you can go and watch them. So I've been doing Nightmare, which is different, but I just wanted to keep my regionals a secret. So not anymore. Let's go ahead and take a look at that and the winner as well as their team, because it's quite the story. Let's go. All right, so we're going to take a look at the footage here of what exactly happened. And yes, I uninstalled and reinstalled. And if you're thinking, well, Poke, guess what? That's the new update. You have to go back one. All right. Well, I didn't know that at the time, and I tried everything else in my power. If I would have known, I would have went to a third-party website and downloaded Pokemon Go's latest version, which is against TOS, but yeah, so I'm supposed to break the rules to actually make the game work. is what we're getting to at this point. So we'll talk about my team here in a moment. I just want to show you exactly what's going on. So going up against Chirk, he was my first opponent, and to give him a little credit here, he didn't even really prepare for this at all. He just was finally able to enter. They had to figure out something with his account, and he was able to come into the tournament, and he just brought a team, which is cool. I'm just happy to see him there, and I was matched up with him in the first round. So technically this is a pretty good matchup, right? We're looking great. So anyways, we ran into some lag. The place was great, really great. Big shout out to Willowa. Fantastic place. No lag, spacious, nice bar, food. It was great. So finally the game works. Okay, excellent. All right, he's going to bring in his next Pokemon here. I'm going to see exactly what happens, and this is where every time it would go down. So I'm going to obviously hit that flamethrower here, and you're going to have the game freeze right there. And freeze frame. I didn't freeze that at all. The game is frozen, and I'm still recording. So this is the problem that I had every single time. All right, so here is my team, and I have a little message for Niantic. This is not taking shots or anything like that at him, but this is just me voicing my opinion here. I highly urge you to test your game before you release it to the public, okay? Because this is very unacceptable. Yes, these tournaments are officially hosted by them, and it's like play at your own risk, right? But nonetheless, this is a big deal, guys. Regionals, come on. Did I really have to downgrade my version of Pokemon Go to actually make it run correctly for PvP? That seems to be the case. So if you do have regionals coming up, I highly urge you, well, let me take that back. I don't highly urge you to, but you know what you need to do, right? I'm not going to encourage something you shouldn't do, or apparently shouldn't do in the TOS terms of service, but don't take any risk. And I'm going to tell you this too, though. I'm sure everybody there had the latest version, and when I did grab my old phone, it didn't have the newest version, so I tried to download another version. Well, actually I didn't, but it seemed like even if I tried to, it would still force the newer version because of the new terms of service that they just had, right? So pretty wacky. But anyways, what I was saying is nobody else there experienced this, just me, just little old me, guys. So yep. Now, shall we go into my team? So as you can see, I do have that magnificent, shiny Lugia, which I did decide to put in here. I replaced it with Skarmory. It does lose to Skarmory, but it can do fairly well up against the Medicham as well as Glade, Venusaur, Haunter if you have a couple of shields, and because you're doing extra sensory. I have extra sensory, Hydro Pump, and Sky Attack. And you see who I got this from? You remember when I made this video a while back, we did a mirror trade, and he gave me a shiny, I gave him a shiny to see if we both can make them drop. Mine went in, but unfortunately his did not. He won the tournament. He did not use Lugia because, well, his obviously didn't drop, but you're going to just be blown away by the team he had. So yeah, it was so offbeat that it just pretty much threw everybody off. Like, wait, what am I supposed to use? I was expecting Medicham, Skarmory, Azumarill, all this stuff, but he came out of left field with a surprise. Anyways, we have Lugia here, very nice. Now let's go back over Azumarill, kind of the standard, you know. Good against the Medichams, and several other matchups, you know, depending on what you have. I was running Bubble, Ice Beam, and Play Rough there. I'm not going to get into every single detail on how and why I picked them, but Quagsire here over Wishcash is because I have more experience with the Quag, and I feel like it performed fairly nice in the test battles that I had, and I like to use it. So Earthquake and Stone Edge, Mudshot's going to be getting you a lot of energy. I'm able to fire those off fairly quick, and it does do pretty good going up against Skarmory. If you have a shield, you'll be able to shield one of those Sky Attacks and then just go to town with the Mudshot, which is going to be doing barely any damage, but you are going to be able to get to that Stone Edge at an extreme rate. So we had that there as well. And the Lugia would kind of protect from, you know, any sort of grass threat for the Azumarill as well as the Quagsire, and as well as fighting threats for the Bastiodon. So the Lugia was kind of the headpiece of the team here. So it's looking pretty good. And then we have Smackdown, Stone Edge, and Flamethrower. You know, that's all you're going to basically want. You don't want anything else on your Bastion on. And then we have also another standard here, the Medicham, of course, 100 Future. You know, and it's sad because back in the day before PvP was even a thought in the game, well, it was a thought. We were waiting for some sort of PvP, but I broke down the different leagues and how I thought it would work. And I also said Medicham is going to be one of the best. And turns out, look, regionals come around and everybody's using Medicham. Whoa, right. And unfortunately, I was not able to use it 100% here. Yeah. So we got Counter, Ice Punch, and Power Punch. You know how it goes with that. And then Venusaur to kind of scare the Mud Boys off a little bit. The Wishcash, the Quags, as well as it can put in work to a lot of different types of Pokemon, as well as Azumarill. Vine Whip, you're going to be granted a lot of energy, and Frenzy Plant is going to be able to be spammed. Going up against Tropius, it's magnificent, so it's going to be nice. Depends. If they do switch up Leaf Blade for the Flying type Quick Move, then you will be in a bit of trouble. But if it does have Razor Leaf, you're looking great, in which case Venusaur will be doing fantastic, right? So just a nice, decently round team here, and I was unable to compete. So one more time, though, I will say the tournament was still great. Elegantly did everything she could do, and that, you know, I'm so appreciative of that, as well as her partner over there who's running the Silk Road. He personally got involved, and you know, he helped me out, and everything could have been good, but the game just seemed to not work. If I would have known, it would have taken me to simply go to a website and get the last version of it, not the current one. I would have done so, but like I said, I had my other phone and it just forced the new update, so I'm thinking it wouldn't have really let me. I'm sure some of you out there are going to be like, well, no, you can still do it, and I'm sure you still can. I just didn't try. I just kind of saw that force update. It wasn't necessarily forced, but it just requested it, and every time I would start the app, it would not let me go in. So there you go. Anyways, there's my team. Not quite the best and biggest breakdown. It's, you know, all pretty standard there. Just kind of working around the Lugia, Medicham, Azumarill, as well as the Bastiodon. They're all the cores of it. The Venusaur is kind of just to scare them. And the Quag, I like to use that. It was a spammy thing. Kind of like to burn the shields on it because it can get to those Stone Edges so quick. And the opponent's like, why are you burning the shields here? So yeah, it's a decent pick. Anyways, yeah, let's go ahead and talk about the winners. Alrighty, here we go. We have a group picture here. So these are all the participants. Very nice. And we have the winners down here. So the first place person is the one who gave me the Lugia. We're going to go over that. It's Brittany, and you can say the last part yourself there. Xanthrid, awesome guy, as well as Edgar Martinez 907, all great guys. Well, everybody here is awesome, right? Let's just say that. Let's go ahead and go over to the results here. So congratulations to you guys, and congratulations to It's Brittany. And no, it's not a female, it's a male. And I mean, let's look at the tiers. Oh boy. Oh boy. So we got Bone Chip. You're like, where is he? Where is... I mean, this was a crazy meta, guys. It kind of threw a lot of people off. All right, so where is he at here? All right, so here we go. He pulled up. Look at him now, a challenger. He was at, I think he was like a trainer, or maybe he was a little bit higher. He might have been a rival, but he look at that. So he went in there with Venusaur, Skarmory, Skuntank, Alolan Graveler, Altaria, and Wishcash. If you're thinking, well, I mean, that's not too off meta. You got the Skarmory, you got the Venusaur, but the Altaria, that's a risk to run. Wishcash is good, but it's not like the best of the best of what people are picking. And then, I mean, the Alolan Graveler and Skuntank, I mean, that is something there. So congratulations to It's Brittany, as well as Xanthrid and Edgar Martinez for the regional battles. It was still fun to be around, and I still had a great time, despite this very, very, very unfortunate situation. Of course, the bugs in Niantic's game had to occur for PvP during regionals. So if you're thinking, well, weren't you practicing and didn't you notice that? Well, we had that recent terms of service update and fixing the whole lucky power-ups, that must have occurred sometime today, because I did battle several trainers today, including a couple of YouTubers, and it was working fine. And then I battled OMG, it's Kesha, and it froze. And I was thinking, that's odd. And we tried again, and it froze again. I was like, okay, well, just let it go. Maybe it's just a bug between us. And I didn't think anything of it. I was just staying in the mindset of how to run my team, the way I've practiced, and the way I don't know what people might have and different lineups I can go with depending on what they have. So I was just focused in the game, right, on the tournament. And I haven't been uploading as much as well, because I just kind of been taking a break, if you notice that, and studying and just seeing exactly how this is going to work, and watching other videos and studying the way they play and how they win and stuff like that, and just getting my head in the game hard, right? And wow, go figure, all that time off, all that time studying down the drain, right? Life happens, I guess. The universe is trying to hold me back from winning a tournament. It seems like. Anyways, I'm not claiming I would have won or anything like that. I'm just simply saying it's just odd. Anyways, I hope you enjoyed this video, trainers. If you did, please give it a big thumbs up. Let's get a shiny for the troubles. No? Okay, I guess not. I wouldn't want one anyways. So, yeah. That's my evening today, guys. So I'm gonna have a pretty interesting video for my next upload, so make sure you have the notifications on, and I'll be catching you all next time. Take care.